Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name's Sasha. I love reviewing indie eyeshadow palettes. I do some unboxing, a lot of makeup content here. So if you guys are into that, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I love to have you guys here. And for today's video, I wanted to do this ever since this came out, but I had this idea. I thought it would be really fun to do like one different eye looks for each eye. This is from the brand Cosmic Brushes and they're pretty like really affordable because these two palettes, they retail for like $23, but the only thing, the shipping I have to check real quick, but the shipping was $14, so that's the thing. So I paid about like $35 for each palette. I got this during the launch and it took me, I think I showed you guys the story because I didn't do a review on this. I did like a get ready with me with this palette, I think talking about makeup that I want, and I might have shared a story that it took like an hour 20 minutes, like an hour 20 minutes for me to get it because their servers couldn't handle all the traffic, I guess. So I kept refreshing because I really wanted this palette. Like I was like, wow, this palette's so affordable. I want it, I love it, the colors are so pretty, and I've only used it 3 times like since I got it like last year. And then when they came out this, I'm like, this one had my heart, but this one, oh, it has my heart even more. So this is the Muse palette. Isn't it pretty? So I'm gonna do kind of comparisons real quick. I don't think this is gonna be like a review. If you guys want me to do a review of the Muse palette, I was thinking of doing another video maybe later if you guys want me to. I've already done 2 looks with this, but on my own time. I took pictures, so I'll show you guys the looks in a bit, but let me show you guys the palettes. The first one right here is the Muse palette and the second one is the Serenity palette. So the Muse palette, it seems like it has more shimmers and it's more muted tone, while the Serenity palette, it's a little bit more vivid, I would say. And I know these palettes, they look like they complement each other, but it was made like that on purpose. I think their other palette too, I think it's called the Rose palette. I don't have that one, but they're all like made together to, in order for them to like to complement each other. So Cosmic Brushes, they showed swatches showing like the gradients of all the palettes, of all the shades. That's why the shades look kind of similar, but it's because they're meant to be complement each other. So it's like basically if you have the other palette too, you could have like one huge palette. So far I am enjoying the Muse palette, and it's been a long time since I've done a look with this Serenity palette. So I think I want to do the first look with the Muse palette because I just been loving this palette. The first look I did, it was so pretty. I'll show you guys real quick, but I love the tones I used, like the yellows and I think the grays and a little bit pinks. I thought that look was so pretty. And then the second look, let's see, what was the second look? It was like a wearable look. I feel like when I wear like hazel colors like this, like cool tone browns, I feel like it makes my eyes look muddy. Like it wasn't hard to work with, but that's how I feel. I guess because I don't do enough neutral looks. I used to do neutral looks when I was like more of a beginner, but now it's just a few years ago. But yeah, I just love colors. But it was nice to wear out because I went out that day and it was like nice to wear like neutral colors. But let's see, from swatching, I noticed that the greens, they didn't swatch the best. So I'm thinking I'll do a green look. So yeah, like I think all the greens, not this one, but more like these two, they didn't really swatch well. I think this one, I think I just had to build it up a little bit, but yeah, mainly these two, like the what you call it, like more like the pine greens or the grungy greens. So let me start with this shade since it's more vivid, like it's more like it's not as muted. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tap it out. And these mattes, they remind me a little bit like in between like ColourPop and Oden's Eye. That's what they remind me of, the mattes. Like they're soft, and most of them you have to build up too. So that's the thing about it. Yeah, I rather my shadows be buildable rather than super pigmented, because it just makes it easier to blend out the edges and soften up the looks. Yeah, that's just my preference though, because sometimes when the pigment is too pigmented, and if you don't remember and you get too much, it's going to be harder to take out some of that pigment out. I love this green, this Nomad shade. It's like a sea foam, I don't know, it's like a sea foam kind of green. It's so pretty. I love this shade. I'm gonna do the same technique, like the same kind of look, like as in technique wise. I'm not gonna make the looks too different. I'm just gonna do simple looks. Kind of easily blend it out because they're soft, but like not too soft, but they're soft enough to blend out easily. Filigree right here, and I'm gonna use that to do this part right here. Ooh, yeah, this is the one I'm really worried about. So hopefully it's fine. Sometimes the swatches don't explain. I mean, just because this swatch is ugly doesn't mean it's gonna apply ugly. Well, sometimes, but that's why you should never judge based on swatches. Okay, let's blend that a little bit. Usually my greens, I love, I know some greens are really hard to formulate, so that's the reason why sometimes they don't swatch the best, or sometimes they don't even apply the best, but I like packing it in and just softly blend. Just to deepen up the look. That deepen up the look a lot. Oh, I kind of want to add more green, like the pine green. Should I use the pine green? It's gonna change up the look. Let's just use a little bit of the pine green. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I already have my makeup done, so I have to be careful. I don't think these shadows have that much fallout. Yeah, just a little bit. There you go. Okay, we're gonna do a green look. Okay, well, I think I want to use glitter glue. The first look, let's see, I think the first look I did, some of the shimmers I used, that one increased for me for some reason, but the second look I did, it did increase. So I guess it just depends, but I did use the glitter glue on both looks, so I just prefer using it. I just feel like, I just love the grip, man. It feels nice. Instead of like wetting the brush, you know? I mean, the wetting the brush is good too, but you just have to be careful not to put a wet brush on your pan because you're gonna mess it up. That's why. And I forgot. I was planning to do a cut crease, but I forgot. But it's because I have a light base too, so that's another reason why I guess I kind of forgot. I want to get the shade Muse right here. I already used this shade, I think, on my second look. I think I used maybe both looks. I don't remember. But then I want to put Inspire after that. So let me get the Muse shade first. So I was thinking I wanted to do like a green purple look, but I think because it's like more like spring, I just want to do like a pink green look. And hold on, I have a little booger right there. This shimmer right here is pretty soft, so if you dig for it, it's gonna make like a little imprint. Yeah, this one's thin formula. I love this one. It has like a gold. I forgot to mention, I didn't even talk about the different shimmers, but some of these shimmers are like duochromes. So this one shifts like a pink and a gold, and it's the shade Muse, so the name of the palette. It's so pretty. So it's like I'm putting two shimmers, but I'm not. I swear, guys. Ooh, so sparkly. I like their duochrome formula. It's like really different from what I have. Like every indie brand does it differently, but this one's like, it feels like I'm adding like two shimmers at the same time. That's how it seems like. So, and also depends on the light. When I hit the light, you see more of the yellow. Away, you see kind of both. So, all right. So let me get the shade. Oh, what did I want to get? Oh, the shade Inspire. I'm so tempted. I want to use these purples, but I guess I'm just not feeling it today. The green and purples. I just want to do like something springy. Oh, that's so pretty. When I go back to the brush, oh, that one's so soft. So they're like putty-like shimmers. So that's, oh, actually I put too much right there. So let me use my finger. I don't want to go over the matte that much. That's so almost glowy. That's so pretty. Hey, they're like putty-like. So yeah, that's how the Serenity palette's like too. I just haven't used that one in a long time, so it's like I'm kind of remembering how the formula's like. All right, so let me add the greens again back in. Let's get the filigree shade. I just want to softly soften this because I put too much shimmers right there, so I just want to tap it like that. Just be careful because sometimes the next glue will mess it up, and I'm just gonna use my fingers just to soften it even more. So I think that's pretty. It's so light and airy. Now for the bottom real quick. I'm so tempted to use the pink again, but I think I used the pink on my second look for the bottom. So let's do like a little bit purple, like in the inner part right here, and in the Nomad shade in the outer part. So the sweet pea. Oh, I love purples like that. Purples and pinks. Oh, that's why this palette, I like the softness of the shades. Okay, so this shade's not actually, it's a nice lilac shade. I thought it wasn't showing up, but you just have to build it up. That's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm ready for the spring, guys. I mean, it's already spring, but I just love springtime because the weather gets warmer, like perfect weather. It's not too cold. And just I don't know, I've been hot lately. Maybe it's just hormones. Okay, so let me get the shade Nomad now. I love this green so much. And you know, you could always make this look like doing looks like these. You could always make it more simple, but I've been loving having like 2 different colors on the bottom. I've been doing it lately now. I love it. And let me get a little bit of that purple added back in because it got faded away when I added that green. The sweet pea shade. There. Oh, that's so pretty. And are we gonna add inner corner? Yes. Yes, we are. I'll just use the antique shade. Now let's use the antique shade. I used this in my first look. I love this shade so much. It has like a purplish, bluish. So let me just use my pinky. It's like a perfect like neutral shade too. And the shade ambient is beautiful as well. That one has like a almost like, I don't even know. It's like kind of purplish. Just my pinky. Oh shoot, I put too much. So let me just use the brush, neaten it up, and just like that. And I think I just want to remove a little bit. Ooh, that's so soft. Like I would not expect that I did it look like this with the Muse palette. I thought, oh my gosh, never mind. It looks pretty, huh? So that's the Muse palette. We're gonna do a look with the Serenity palette. I love this look. I think this might be my favorite look that I have done so far. Man, I used a lot of colors for this look. Well, I'm not sure if we should do like the same colors just to compare or do different. Maybe we could do the purple and green like I kind of wanted with this one. I mean, I did have a little purple here, but more like a focus. Purple and green. The orange. Oh, the orange. Okay, so we're gonna get the shade Sorbet. We're gonna use that as our transition. So it's gonna be brighter. And let me just slowly add it. Oh my gosh, that's so vibrant. Ooh, okay. Getting too excited. So it just depends, like what are you in the... So these 2 palettes, they complement each other so well. So I was also thinking of doing just one look using both palettes, but I'm not. I think it's better just to compare rather than doing that. I mean, it'll be inspirational to use both palettes for one look, but yeah, I just wanted to do this. I just want to compare, just want to see the difference, you know? So yeah, their mattes are really easy to blend out to soften the edges. We're gonna use the Pixie shade right here. I think I might darken it up with the blue a little bit, just a little bit maybe, because I'm not sure what other shade, or I don't know. I think I kind of used these colors before too. I got too much, so let me just use this. Ooh, yeah, this looks more spring than I was thinking for if I were to use the purples and greens on the other side. This looks more like a fun spring look so far, the colors I mean. Okay, I just have to soften this up a little bit. This is how it's looking. Ooh, similar colors. I'm gonna switch it up though. I'm gonna deepen up the purple a little bit. I think with the shade Mood, I feel like I used these colors before. I'm sure I did. So I'm gonna get the shade Mood. Oh my gosh, that's gonna change it up so much. I'm gonna get a little bit because I know this shade is really pigmented. So let me just get a little bit. Just focus on the edges right here. Ooh, wow, that really changed it up. I'm gonna take some pigment out and then I'm just gonna softly blend. I went off camera and I just fixed this side a little bit, so I just wasn't really happy with it. Now it looks a little bit different. It looks like I used a different purple, but I didn't. So to fix it, I just used this eye primer again. It's like a concealer, so I just went over it and used the same colors. Now the purple doesn't look like as vibrant anymore, but I'll bring it back up somehow. I think I'll bring it down here, so it's gonna add more of a pop from the bottom. So yeah, so now it's time for NYX glitter glue real quick. I know when you use multiple colors, because I've done this before with this palette, it was really hard for me to make it look good. So it was a look I didn't share. It's like a galaxy look. So let me use this shade, the Odyssey shade in the inner part, and I'm going to use the shade Ether in the outer part. So 2 shimmers. I don't think this is a duochrome. Okay, then I'm just putting it down. Looks like it might crease. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's definitely different, man, comparing to the other shade Muse. Alright, Ether. I love this shade. It's like my favorite shimmer from this palette. Just putting it right here. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing another look, but using both palettes. Ooh, it's really contrasting, so I need to get the gold again. Let me get the Odyssey shade and just blend it a little bit better, like that. So yeah, really cool. So it's really different compared to, I think I'm gonna love this look more though, but this one's definitely different. I think for the bottom, I'm gonna focus on these 2 shades like I use on top, because they're not really showing as much. I mean, the green is kind of showing, but it looks more darker now that I blended with the purple. So I just want to bring those pop of colors back in the eyes. So I'm going to use the green in this part and then the purple in the outer part, and we're going to put it right here, hopefully. Yeah, I got a lot of shade. Oh yeah, it's coming up more brighter. Ooh, ooh. I love this purple too. I'm just putting it right here. See the difference? That's why I needed to bring it back, the colors. Alright, so I think I'll probably add, they kind of faded right here, the other purple shade. So I'm going to add that shade and probably deepen this up a little bit more. Now for the inner corner though, let me get the shade Opal. It's like a very glowy, it's like a duochrome. Iridescent duochrome. It's like green and pink, I think. It's very glowy, so we're going to use that. It's going to pop. And ooh, oh, it's green. Okay, I think I said green, right? Ooh, it's so neon. I love that. I love this shade too. All right. Ooh, okay, put it right there. I didn't want to add the other shimmer back. The other palette was that shade Antique, so I'm gonna get that shade and add more. Okay, so it's not as popping as this one, but that's totally contrasting looks. So I'm just gonna go off camera and then add some lashes, and then yeah, I'm gonna just share some dots. Right here's the Muse palette. Muse palette. Serenity palette. So I know I use similar colors, but except this one has more of a blue and more of a pop in the inner corner. Can you guys see the difference? Can you see the difference? Oh my gosh, you guys, I love both looks so much. I know I said I love this look more, but okay, I just love both looks. They're both really pretty in their own way, and if I were to use both palettes for one same look, I think they'll go perfect together, like really perfect. So this is not really like a review, but maybe a little review. So this is my, I think my 4th time using the Serenity palette, and I still feel like I need to play with it more, honestly. But this one has less shimmers. I was counting the shimmers. This one has 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmers. And what I thought, Yes, it's an affordable palette, but I feel like I would have preferred maybe like one or even two more shimmers. This one has two more shimmers, the Muse palette. So it has, let me see, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 shimmers. So I think that's a great amount for this amount with the mattes too. If I have to choose, I think I will choose this one just because it has additional shimmers and also because the color chart. I know I love bright colors, colorful palettes, but I have a thing about muted tones or like, just like romantic, soft romantic colors. This one has like the pink. Oh, I love this pink so much, and the purples. And then these greens, they're so pretty. I feel like I have to test them out more. Like, I didn't experience any patchiness. I know in the swatches, I was worried about them, but I think I need to use this one more. I haven't tried this one out. I don't think so. Actually, let me check my notes real quick. On my notes, I put on the shades I use. No, I have not used that shade, so I gotta use that shade for a different look. Probably more of a green look. I was thinking of using that shade and that shade. Maybe brown, maybe a little bit yellow. But if you want the colors to pop more, especially the yellow, like always use a light base, you guys. I love using a light base when I want the colors to pop more, especially with muted tones or even bright colors. Like, it's highly recommended. I love this one so much. This one's pretty too. Like, what I love about the Serenity palette is the glowy shade, the opal shade. You could transform any of the shimmers using that shade or even a matte. Oh, that's such a beautiful glowy shade. Like, I am obsessed with that shade. And then I love this shade too. This is pretty. So I feel like the Muse palette, it leans more of a duochrome. Like, it has a few more duochromes to this one. That's what I think. This one has a few like duochromes. I think this one has yeah, this one's a slight duochrome, just very slight. This one's more like shimmers, and that one's a shimmer, definitely like a simple shimmer, and that one's a, these two are more of the just one color shimmers, and these two shades, they're like a shimmer with some sparkles. They all have sparkles to them, but I'm just saying, like, yeah. So this one has more special shades if you guys are eyeing this one. It just depends on your taste. If you want more vivid colors. So right here's the two palettes. So with the Serenity palette, you have some pop of colors like the purples and greens. You can make them pop more with the light base. And you also have some nice pastel shades and some dark greens and very dark colors right here. These are very dark colors, very pigmented. You have a nice pop of color of orange, so I think that's nice. So the opal shade is like my favorite. Of course, it's like a duochrome. The Muse palette, it has more special shades, like definitely more special shades. So I think this is really worth it. I know I said this one was worth it back then, and I think it still is. So if you want both palettes, like you really love both palettes, I think it's, I mean, you should get both so you can save on shipping, because the shipping costs. That's why. Yeah, I definitely love this one more. It has more shimmers. I feel like I create a lot more looks with this one, and a lot of like soft romantic, very flattering looks. Oh, I just love this one. The other one's really nice too, so I will definitely pair this one with that one on different days. I'm not sure if you guys want to see a video on that, if you guys want me to do another look using those two palettes with one look, like combining. Let me know. I would love to hear it. But this one, you even get these beautiful purples. I love purple shimmers, man. I love purples. I love pinks. So I think this one, that's the reason why I'm really attracted to this one, because of the nice greens too. Like, I just feel like they're really flattering. You get more duochromes with this one too. This is a duochrome. That's a duochrome. I think these, I don't think they're duochrome. Maybe this one might have a slight dualness to this, but that's definitely a duochrome. And that's a duochrome. So you get for sure 4 duochromes in this one. I think the rest are just shimmers, but still, I think this palette is so worth it. And the packaging is so nice because I think I mentioned this before, I'm not sure, but I love how round it is, the packaging. Like, it feels very nice to hold. It's soft. It's a beautiful color story. Like, just the cover of it, and then right here's the cover, the Muse palette. Oh, they did a really nice job with this. I just love how this is rounded. Like, it's not edgy. Like, it won't hurt my hand, or it won't hurt my toe if I dropped it. But yeah, it's so pretty together, these two. So yeah, so that's all I have to say about the two palettes. So it just depends if you guys are eyeing both. Depends what you prefer. This one's more colorful, like more vivid, and a lot of dark looks too. So you get vivid and dark looks with this one. Well, this one, I feel like this one, you get a lot more wearable looks. A lot more wearable looks, but you get like a touch of specialness because of more additional dual chromes with this one. And actually you could have some grungy looks with this too. Yeah, you could do some grungy looks with that one. I think this one, you could do a little bit grunge, but it'll be more on a dark grunge rather than the like a muted grunge. But that's all I have to say about these two palettes. I really hope you guys enjoy. I know my mood kind of changed because I'm so happy with the two looks I did. I feel really good and pretty. I feel really good and pretty. But anyways guys, that's about it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really wanted to do this video. I had this idea since this first launch. I thought it would be really fun to compare. But let me know what you guys think about these palettes. Did you guys pick them up? Which one's your favorite? If you have both, which one's your favorite? You guys already know my favorite between the two is the Muse palette. I love this one. I love this one so much. So anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys all so much. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.